So I'm Natasha, I'm a recruitment consultant, and then I've got Jade. I'll let her introduce herself, and then we have Tiffany as well. So Jade, if you want to go ahead.
Hi guys, so my name is Jade and I'm one of the recruitment consultants as well as Natasha here at HealthCare Australia, and this is our colleague Tiffany, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Tiffany. I've been with HCA for nearly 8 years now. I am a physio. I worked in private practice before I came to HCA, and similar to what a few of the other panelists have said earlier, if you said to me when I graduated I'd be happily working in the aged care sector, I would have laughed at you, but here I am. I've moved my way through many different roles with HCA, and at the moment I'm the Allied Education and Quality Coordinator. I'm in charge of looking after our new graduate program, so I'll tell you all a little bit more about that later.
Okay, so guys, I'm going to start off. So I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, perfect. So we're not going to bog us down on like a load of kind of information, just going to give you a brief rundown on HealthCare Australia, basically what we do, and talk a bit about our graduate program as well. So just a bit of background on HealthCare Australia. Basically, HealthCare Australia, we have been supporting the healthcare system for over 48 years. So we're a well kind of established and very kind of experienced company. So we are one of the largest allied health providers in the country, and we do have facilities all over Australia in every kind of state and territory. So you kind of like name an area, we definitely have a facility there. So essentially what we kind of do is that we provide allied health services to a wide range of different sectors. So the main kind of sectors that we do look after are within the aged care space, community and NDIS. We also do have hospital roles, home care roles, private practice, telehealth, and also wellness centre roles. So this is kind of such a good benefit for all of our staff members because it just gives a really high level of diversity. So essentially, if you kind of start out in one space, it's really kind of easy for you to transition into another space. And it kind of gives all of our staff members a really broad range of experience as well. So like you can kind of see from the slides here, the main kind of areas of allied health that we do recruit for are OTs, physios, speechies, dietitians, osteopaths, exercise physiologists, psychologists, social workers, and podiatrists. So we do have a wide range of kind of allied health services that we do essentially look after. So location. So kind of what I had spoken about before, I do personally think that this is the biggest benefit that probably HealthCare Australia does have is the wide range of locations that we do have across Australia. So it really does kind of give our staff members really good locum opportunities if they want to travel anywhere around the country. So essentially we kind of pride ourselves on being as flexible as possible. So if you're a physio and you kind of want to do maybe 3 weeks work somewhere, or you want to do 6 months work somewhere, we really try and accommodate kind of what's the best fit for you. So it's also kind of really nice that you can kind of work and holiday at the same time. So our core values. So one of the kind of main core values that we do have as a company is that we essentially know that healthcare, it's not really just a job, that it's more so like a vocation and a calling. And that our main focus in HealthCare Australia is really just to kind of help others and to make a difference in people's lives. So what sets us apart? So kind of as I spoke about before, one of the main reasons or one of the main aspects that kind of set us apart is the fact that we are such an experienced company. So we do have almost 50 years in connecting the healthcare workforce with those who are in need of support and help. And we kind of really do know what works and what doesn't work, as we do have that kind of high level of experience. But kind of the main thing that I personally think as well that kind of sets us apart from, we'll say, like maybe different other agencies is the opportunities that we can provide our staff members, our new graduates. So we do try and be as flexible as possible as a company, and we also, the opportunities that we do kind of provide, where it be travel opportunities, experience opportunities, or development opportunities that Tiffany will speak about in a bit more depth now in a second. That is kind of something that we do pride ourselves on as a company. And it's definitely like our main goal as a company to kind of give back to our staff members. So I'm going to pass you on now to Natasha, and she is going to speak a little bit about our current projects.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, so 2020 and 2021 has been a great year for Healthcare Australia, and we just want to highlight some projects that we've actually been working on that our Allied Health team have actually been able to be a part of. So we have played a massive part in COVID response during the pandemic, and we've been part of the Victoria and Sydney Hotel Quarantine Project. We've actually ran the COVID vaccination project, and then something that's more related to aged care is the Annex project. HCA has played a massive part in that and has designed innovative models that will give our physios and OTs the opportunity to broaden their scope of practice and programs that are evidence-based, but also future-proofing their employment opportunities in the aged care sector. So as you can see, there have been some exciting projects that our Allied Health division have had an opportunity to be a part of, and they've all loved it. So Tiffany, now if you want to go through the graduate program.
Yeah, so let's talk about our grad program. So this particular program is relevant to our physios, OTs and osteos working in the residential aged care facilities. They probably make up the bulk of our workforce. We have an amazing new grad program. It runs for 1 year. It's super supportive, and we've got some really generous benefits to offer for you guys. You're assigned a senior therapist or a mentor who's with you for that entire year to give you guidance and support. So I'll take you through the details in the next slide. So you have an induction. So you'll start with one-on-one training on site with your regional manager. We also do an online group induction. We also attend with other new starters as well, so you get to meet them. And the point of the induction is really to introduce you to know what to expect if you come work for HCA, and also know what to expect working in the aged care space. So a bit more of a general introduction, but making sure you feel really comfortable to start working with us. After the induction, we have a supported practice checklist. So this is a really comprehensive summary of everything that you need to know pretty much to be able to do your job confidently and confidently as well. For example, it includes going over with you how to perform your functional assessments, how to interpret your assessment findings, your manual handling training competencies, how to do your full reviews. That's just some examples of this huge supported practice document that your senior therapist or your regional manager will go over with you. We also have a really extensive professional development program. So we have a program that runs all year for everyone in the entire company. And we get external speakers in. For example, our last speaker was an orthopedic surgeon, and he spoke about the orthopedic considerations post-neck femur fracture, and he was fantastic. We also provide a clinical update. So we also run wellness sessions for your personal development too. On top of that, we also run specific new graduate PDs. So no one else is invited, it's just for the new grads. And this is the first time we've run those, and they've gone down really well. So it's just an opportunity for you guys as grads to do your own PDs, get to know your other grads, and they're more specific for grads as well. So we have a huge amount of PD and definitely enough to satisfy your APRA CPD requirements. Social events, very, very important. COVID restrictions allowing, we definitely love our social events. So for example, I know our team in South Australia did a Holy Moly golf for their last one. The team in Queensland did some paint and sip, champagning, otherwise just dinner and drinks, paintball, all different things. Again, we do company-wide socials, but we also have specific new graduate socials where no one else is invited, just the grads. And I think it's a really nice opportunity just to get to know your other grads and other people who are starting off, I guess, the same as you guys are. Once you've finished your 12 months with us, you basically graduate. So we give you a certificate of completion. You'll have a performance review with your regional manager, and then we discuss how you're going your personal goals, and your progression to the next stage, which is a clinical associate. So I'll talk a bit more about progressions on the next slide. So here you can see an example of your leadership and clinical pathways that you could have with a career with HCA Allied Health. So as I mentioned, you start as a clinical graduate, and that's if you have less than 1 year experience. You complete your graduate program and you move into a clinical associate position. So with a bit more experience, you may be interested in taking things on, such as being assistant supervisor. So HCA Allied currently provides OT and physio placements across Victoria, New South Wales and Queensland. And we've partnered with many of the major universities to provide a really great placement experience for their students. So that may be something that you're interested in with some experience, and we can provide that for you. Another level of progression is to become a senior therapist. So remember, back when you were a new grad and you were paired with a senior, you could become a senior who then mentors our new grads that come through and impart all the knowledge and enthusiasm that you have in teaching and mentoring someone. The next stage up, we have our regional managers, and I was actually a regional manager for about 4 years before I moved into this role. And that's a really fantastic role in terms of challenging yourself clinically and in a leadership role. You're looking after all your seniors that work with you, your clinical associates, your new grads. You're also liaising with the office team, the recruitment team, the rosters team, your facilities that you look after. There's a lot involved, and it's a really challenging but great role. If that's something that you're looking to head towards, that's definitely a career option that's there for you. And then we have our senior management team. So we have our ops managers. We also have our senior clinical leads. So we have an OT, a community senior lead who's very experienced OT. She's lovely, and she's really in charge of the community side of our business and providing professional development opportunities and sessions for the community side, which isn't so much me, but that's been a fantastic role for her to be able to move into that role as well. So, and then I guess myself, I've been able to move into this allied education and quality role just through working my way up and having really supportive management talking to me about my goals and where I'd like to go. So I'm now using my knowledge that I have to impart on our new grads. I do also oversee our student placement program, so looking after our students and the supervisors. And I also look after our leadership program. So you can see on the slides there, we run a leadership program, which is for our future leaders within HCA. So you apply for that program and you're selected, and through that program, you obviously learn to develop your personal leadership aspirations and your style, and then it opens up your opportunities to move up that clinical pathway there. So I hope that that provides just a nice summary, I guess, of if you start with us, where you could potentially go in your career.
Awesome.
Next slide, Jade. Oh, just to finish, please do connect with us. So we're on LinkedIn. There's our email address, so allied@healthcareaustralia.com.au. Please shoot us an email after this if you've got questions. All of our available jobs are on the website as well. As I said, LinkedIn, we're on Insta, we're on Facebook. Add us on all the socials, and we'd love to hear from you. And thank you for your time.
Beautiful. Awesome. Thanks, Tiffany. Thanks, Jade. Thanks, Tasha. I might just stick with maybe one or two questions. I've got one here, which is, will age be a deciding factor in accepting an employee? Like sort of mature students, people in their maybe like 30s, 40s, 50s. Does that come into play when deciding whether to recruit someone?
No, definitely not. From a recruitment perspective, I mean, once that you have, once you have a good attitude, once you're the right kind of fit or you're the right kind of candidate, I mean, age is definitely not a factor with us. You could be fresh out of college, you could be 40 years of age, as long as you're the right fit for the role, we will hire you.
Yeah, and we currently have 2 new grads at the moment who are mature age students or who've gone on a different career pathway and have now come into Allied Health. So absolutely not a barrier at all.
Perfect. Awesome. And last one, does HCA have a social work graduate program? If it has, which area would they place social workers?
We don't actually have a social work graduate program, but we do recruit for social workers. So it would just depend on what area they want to get into. But in regards to an actual graduate program that HealthCare Australia run, unfortunately, we don't do that for social workers at the moment. Potentially in the future, maybe.
Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for sort of having a bit of a chat with everyone. I feel like everyone would have gotten a lot from that. So thanks again.